Namaskar. We welcome you to our Women Empowerment series. We have here Ms. Nusrat joining us all the way from Bangladesh. Nusrat, please share a few words about yourself today. Over to you.
Thank you, dear Novina, for inviting me here today. It's a great honor to be a part of your wonderful show. I'm happy to introduce myself. I'm Nusrat Zahan. As an introduction to myself, it's important to understand my background. My parents passed away when I was very young, and all my siblings are much older than me. I have been fascinated by fashion since I was very young, both Asian and Western fashion. I was always a good student and able to converse fluently in several languages. As a teen and young adult, I had the opportunity to do some modeling and was selected for a contestant in the Miss Bangladesh pageant. I am a trained salsa dancer. I have completed MBA in HR as well as post-graduation from apparel merchandising. I was in the corporate field for the last 14 years. I have had the opportunity to work in the garment industry, FMCG, TV channel, bank, and media. Like other people in Bangladesh have experienced, the workplace has been very difficult the first few years, and I found myself in a position that required me to reinvent myself. I have had to look hard at what my strengths were and how I could apply them to be successful today in the workplace. Suddenly, I thought I should come out of my comfort zone. So I decided to do something that I love. I'm an effective communicator and a networker. I do influencer marketing. I'm a global goodwill ambassador. I love to do humanitarian work. I'm engaged with a random act of kindness that makes me happy most. I got this trait by nature. Since my childhood, it was my dream to do something for the people around me and for society. I have always been passionate about ensuring the unheard and unseen have a voice. I have been using social media to share inspiration and encouragement. I speak on behalf of women everywhere, have received millions of views on my content about empowerment, progress, gender equality, kindness, and there's my personal brand that is of women empowerment. I strongly believe every woman can do anything if they have a strong voice and winner mindset. I began my LinkedIn journey less than 2 years ago, and my followers have grown very quickly. I'm currently working to expand my presence on other platforms as well. I always try to give a positive message through my post and content to my audience. Above all, I am the wonderful creation of God. That's all about me. And thanks again for having me here.
Thank you very much, Nusrat, for your beautiful introduction there. You said you're very much into women empowerment. What inspired you and who inspired you to get into women empowerment?
I got divorced when I was very young, and I had to face so many difficult trials in my life. My confidence, my courage, and to see the environment and the social biases, social culture in my country that empowers me, that encourage me to work for women empowerment.
So, what kind of issues have you faced in women empowerment at your home and your workplace? Is there any issues that you have faced as a woman?
It's a great topic you have chosen. Before I answer this question, I want to talk briefly about women's empowerment. I'm here to talk about society, what made me feel like a woman. Empowerment can be defined as a multidimensional social process that helps gain control over their own lives. It is a method that fosters people, power in people uh, own their own lives. It's a process, and for using their method, using their lives, their communities, and in society. You know, no one has a chance to be empowered all of a sudden one day. This requires a long and sustained initiatives. The possibility of women's empowerment is mainly shown in these three categories: social, political, and economic. Nowadays, however, the issue of legal, informational, and a few other types of empowerment has come up, but it all comes under these three types of empowerments. I think faith is extremely important for empowerment. If you have a lack of faith, you can't raise your voice. Your voice will always be suppressed. Yes, I still face a lot of glitches. Like, the problem I face the most are the undesired, unsolicited, and unethical messages, emails, and even pictures from people I don't know, and sometimes yeah, even pictures from people I know. Since I'm a single mother, so a taboo has been created in our social structure. Divorce does mean she has no respect. She can't raise her voice. She can't live her life the way she wants. I have the courage and confidence. Another thing I want to share today. When I was, uh, I got divorced, I was very young, and I found none at my support. I was a very timid girl and just a housewife then. I did not understand how to deal with such a storm suddenly came into my life. And the road from housewife to today's me was not an easy walk. I have transformed myself, overcoming fear. Now my voice speaks for me. I educated myself, emphasizing my voice to use as my empowerment to be a better woman, to handle the issue more efficiently. This is how empowerment led me to face all challenges coming my way.
That's very good. Every woman needs to find her power within. So, what made you stand up and to raise your voice and to empower yourself? Or what exactly do you tell yourself every day to feel empowered? What do you do in your life?
Well, I am empowered at home as well as work by my purpose to give a voice to those who are overlooked or not heard. At home, I am responsible for not only myself, but also my son. As a single mother, I have endured many challenges and cultural biases, but I set an example for my son in how I am working hard to learn more and better things in our ever-changing world. Through social media, I have reached hundreds and thousands in my daily messages of inspiration and encouragement. At work, I set an example through the way I speak, I dress, and I always do more than expected. In these ways and more, I'm empowered, and more importantly, I'm working to empower others as well.
That's lovely to know. How do you do work to empower other women, or what do you do to empower them?
It's really important to empower other women. We can't only empower ourselves. If I'm empowered, that empowerment I should use to encourage others as well. I can't limit my empowerment within myself. Despite having so many obstacles and so many obstacles and uh, so many obstacles, there's a huge movement among women to empower one another, secure equal rights. secure equal rights, challenge gender narratives, and establish a brighter future for our future generations. This movement has traveled the globe, and we must inspire women to think for improving gender equality and social biases. With that said, it's clear we need to make some changes here at home. No need to wonder how to be self-empowered. Self-empowerment is taking control of your own life, setting goals, and making positive choices. Basically, it means that we have to understand our weakness and strengths. Self-empowerment can help us to move forward to a better future. Today, I have come up with a few ways to be self-empowered. Boost your self-esteem, shut down negativity, be open and honest, develop a positive attitude, become your own mentor, know your worth, set realistic goals, fight against injustice, surround yourself with a positive people, practice self-care, use positive self-talk, be assertive, show your appreciation for the women in your life, support organizations that empower women, be confident and believe in yourself, take risks. Finally, I want to say empowerment starts with you. Show your support for the women around you by showing them they matter and reminding them of their strength. Changing the narrative for women and seeing their change is a team effort. So create awareness with women in your life and encourage them to take action. Along with all of these actions, women can take to empower themselves, making some smart choices that pertain to future, such as a self-discipline, adopting a consistent exercise routine, developing patience, and accepting responsibility for their own lives, and all qualities that empower women to possess. And women can change herself to change the world. It can always start at this given moment with a little persistent and big dreams.
Thank you for the wonderful tips you have shared with us here. Yes, empowerment does start from us. We start to empower ourselves. And yes, it is also very important to have a lovely friend circle, be it women or men or other people in your life who have supported you through thick and thin.
Yes.
Nusrat, I wanted to ask you, who has been that power for you? Who has supported you through these difficult times? Who stood by you to help feel empowered? Would you like to share something about them or share gratitude with them?
Yeah, it's very, my life is really very interesting, Navina. After divorcing, I already told there was nobody to help me, to support me. Okay, I was totally alone. Okay, I was fighting my war completely alone, and it's really unbelievable. Nobody supported me that time. But yes, now people, I have a global network. I have a friend like you. I have a friend, so many friends who is supporting me, who always encourage me to talk about women empowerment, gender equality, all these things. Okay, but yes, one thing I can only say, my confidence, my courage, and sometimes from my inner side somebody tells me that, Nusrat, you have to fight for your survival, you have to raise your voice for your moral rights. Okay, so that only I can say. Nobody supported me. I have faith in myself, my belief, my confidence, my courage. All these were my strengths. That pushed me to work for women empowerment, because the difficult trials I have gone through in my life that taught me so many things in my life. Okay, so that's all I can say. Okay.
You are a very strong woman indeed, Nusrat. Everything changes when we take responsibility of our lives. When we take
Yes.
responsibility of ourselves, we change our mindset. We are able to think better, come up with better solutions for our lives and for the people around us and for the people who we are responsible for. That is so true. Can you share how do you share your empowerment with your son? How do you make him feel confident and happy day in and day out?
I always tell him to, the way I am working hard and learning every day I learn. So I always tell him to uh, uh, learn the things that will come in handy in future. Okay, and that will make you a nice person, nice human being. In our ever-changing world, we have to learn every day. Okay, learning is an endless process, and I always tell him to be positive, take your own responsibility. uh, my son always sees me that I'm a very hardworking woman, and I take my responsibility, and the way I am teaching him, uh, 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 so he is inspired by me, and that is where I empower him, and he is also empowered to see me that his mother is, very strong lady, and I am a very fearless lady. I can take any challenges. So all these qualities he sees always in me, and that is how he is empowered. Okay.
Thank you. What message would you like to share with all the people out there who's watching this video today towards women empowerment?
Yeah, I want to say everybody that our life is always very difficult, and have a topsy-turvy situation, and we have to face so many problems in day to day. So my message to everyone, that be positive always, and take your own responsibility. If you don't take your own responsibility, no one will take your responsibility. And if you are successful in your area, you will be only enjoyed your own happiness. No one owns your happiness. Okay, so that is one thing I want to give a message to my audience. Always be positive and stay away from negative people, and shut down your negativity. Negativity will never give you anything. Simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you once again for joining us. It's been a real pleasure having you on our show and speaking and sharing your thoughts and views on women empowerment. Namaskar. Thank you once again, Mr.
And it's an absolute pleasure to be with you, Navina, and I applaud your effort and the Yaha Life team to organize such a brilliant show and empower more people who are truly doing a great job in their way. Thank you, Navina.